How about now? Yes. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I don't know what's up with my microphone. It seems like I have to unplug it every now and then to get it to work. But happy Thursday. Oh, I am slightly sleepy because I've spent the last 3 days going to taking naps in the afternoon, evening. Not smart, but it feels extremely relaxing to just curl up when there's like a nice, gentle summer heat. I should stop thinking about that. Okay, let's get on to what the heck we were doing today, which is playing Narco. So Narco is a point-and-click adventure that came out in March, which means, of course, that I did not pick it up because I was playing Elden Ring at the time. Sorry. But I have been wanting to give it a try because people whose opinions I respect on video games, especially when it comes to the more artistic side, have like really said it's like really good. So I'm really curious to give it a try. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. So it's a point-and-click adventure game set in southern Louisiana, set in like the industrial wasteland of Louisiana. Yay. We're tracking down our brother who has gone missing, I think, and that's basically all I know about it. So let's jump into it. Um, I'm gonna go spacious. Uh, we'll go with a serif font. We'll stick with that one. I don't think I'm gonna bother with the CRT. Uh, I think I'm gonna stick with white. I think that's the only thing that I can. I think the other colored text is gonna look a little too weird and give me eye strain. Let's get started. Shield hit the stars behind halogen and flame projected onto the sky every night. There was no such thing as silence. The noise never went away. The refinery exhaled an endless sigh. I still can't sleep without that sound. In your dreams, the towers were grand cathedrals, places of worship. The swamps hid behind mirrors like spies. The birds transformed into radiant spheres and traced omens above the highway blight. You spent your adolescence sleepwalking behind little devastating rituals. Though Blake pleaded, you decided to leave. I knew he'd get over it. He never did. You caught out on a grainier to Chicago, and onward to the West Coast. You'd never left Louisiana and thought you'd never return. You thought the ghosts of the lowlands wouldn't find you hiding along the road. The years carried you through overlit suburbs of the vast American limbo, across mountains, above cell towers. Thumbing down 99, you saw an old man crouched on a roadside ditch. He was mouthing your name. He had a familiar gaze. He was gone when you wiped the sleep from your eyes. You spoke to Blake, learning of your mother's declining health, her insomnia, her erratic behavior. You ignored the urgency in your brother's voice. By and by, you made your way east. You threw your phone into the Rio Grande. You joined the armies of the Mesa. For months, you were in the company of fugitives. You slept in nuclear tunnels, repairing engines and weaponry. The war was a meme that set Albuquerque on fire. You escaped while the foot soldiers of a pop-up junta bloodied the parched land. While hiding in the berth of a Freightliner, I slept. You slept easily as the truck shuttled through the plains. You called home from a landline in a motel somewhere beyond Texas. You knew from Blake's hello that your mother was already dead. You hung up, shouldered your bag, returned to the highway. 5 years had passed. The ghosts were calling you back home. Kind of looking at the text and not the art, which is a shame because it looks incredible. You awake from a delirious dream to find yourself in your childhood bedroom. Monkey watches you from the corner. Monkey, your best friend, a childhood gift, also staring very uncomfortably at your little close monkey. I do appreciate seeing. Ever played Maneater? I haven't, Grand Soren, but how are you doing? You spoke with him often when things got difficult, but then you left. He sat here for 5 years collecting dust. 5 years. His eyes fill with anger as he challenges you to return his gaze. Staring Contest Part 1, Glyphs. Glyphs will appear and flash a pattern. Match the pattern to meet Monkey's gaze. Ready? I hope. You successfully meet Monkey's gaze with a cool assurance. However, his expression is unchanged. It's located in an area based on Louisiana and Florida. Cool. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? Because that would be like Gulf of Mexico, and there are definitely sharks in the Gulf of Mexico, as far as I know. Neat. You stare more intensely. Staring Contest Part 2, Rings. Circles will appear over Monkey's eyes. An outer ring will shrink to the perimeter of the circle. Click on the circle when the outer ring locks into place. Ready? Yeah. Anger melts from Monkey's face. Take Monkey. You drape Monkey over your shoulder. A sticker from grade school, half peeled from the window. A flyer from a show your friend put on a few weeks before you left town. A fight broke out when one of the opening bands played. I got whipped in the face with a bike chain. You still have a scar above your left eye. After the show, you and Blake shot fireworks from the roof of a hotel on Podres Street. Sleepless and sober, the two of you walk back to NORCO. You watch the sun climb over the grain elevators. Hey Nash, how are you doing? You assume Million has been keeping the plants alive. Among the books on the shelf is a slim volume called Crisis LARPing. The proto-disaster tourism began almost as soon as the floodwaters left. Our volleyball player head swaps with different stats. Cool. CCDCV. Good to know, Nash. Punks from across the country ventured into the Ninth Ward, Gentilly, Samba Nalt, and finally the East. They curated a theatrical self-portrait of their lives in the ruins. The aesthetics of disaster were central to the emerging milieu. It began to percolate into popular culture. Collapse became the zeitgeist. Wise investors recuperated the experience of a disaster. New Orleans became a plastic dystopia, a marketplace for crisis. Me, you, were traveling. Across the Rockies. Your friends went south and you were glad to be alone. You spent long nights along those highways in a shitty sleeping bag. You bathed in rivers. You watched the ocean of outer space. You traveled along the satellite. You watched the satellites travel along their course. Summer days arrived. You built a bike in a garage south of Eureka and took it south. Generator shows on the beach. Interstate on-ramps teeming with personalities. The familiar smile on the face of the old man in the Central Valley ditch. That smile burned its image into your eyes. The freight cars rattled in the cold dusk as you crouched on the grainier porch. The cell towers peaked over the flat country translating the notions of the world. The lights of suburban Memphis, the fences, the traffic, the stark shadows under a lavender blanket of clouds. Afraid, tired, silent, and alert at each terminal, you watched the night decay for miles. Then what? You rode in the back of a van wedged between amplifiers from Chicago to Des Moines. You stole a heater from Walmart and brought it to the poorly attended house show. Des Moines to Kansas City to Denver. You are home again. Because your brother needs you. Because your mom died. Your brother is a lot. Younger, reckless, gets in trouble, spends sleepless nights across scrolling image boards. An edgelord, shitlord, a sensitive soul, compassionate, foolish, can't take criticism, always needs money, tries to help those he loves, but often make things worse. What else? Insecure, dysmorphic, constantly checking his reflection, always seeking validation. Was terrified of you leaving, and now he's terrified of you dying. When I think of him, all I think of is guilt and obligation. No love or anything like it. Your brother is oblivious. Your grandma once said that she didn't expect much from Blake. She said he was short-tempered, oblivious, and couldn't focus. Blake was sitting in the chair across from her, staring down at a tablet. After she left the room, you asked him how he felt. I feel fine, he said. Why? Because of what Gran said, you responded. He looked confused. What'd she say? Your brother. Your mom. Died. The cancer metastasized. It was in her liver, then her lungs, then it was in her brain. She was on chemo, never finished her third course. At the hospice on Jefferson Highway, Blake said the traffic shook the building. He left before she drew her last breath. Alone with the morphine drip and the rattling glass, that's how Catherine died. The smile of the man who crouched in the ditch of the highway revisits your mind. His head was smudged with Wednesday ashes and mascara ran from his eyes. Monkey stares at you. You stare at Monkey. He stares with more intensity until his gaze passes through you. You become invisible to him. Little circles of light pool in the doll's tired eyes as they watch the infinite space beyond your being. The air that hangs between your eyes and is a vacuum of utter stillness. Monk. Look at the laptop. The laptop your parrain gifted you idols on a shoddy particle board desk. As the screen illuminates, you notice that the signal in the house is dead. No internet. It looks like Blake was using the computer at some point. He left a browser tab open. Modbog. Archived all YX2Q posts at SCP Anglers YX2Q. Anybody still post here? Nope, place is a wasteland. Mods are all SJWs. We're posting. Nice one, jackass. Forgot I even posted. Wanted to run something by you, gents. Was knocking out Sac-a-lait in the spillway. Saw a big round glowing thing in the sky. Call that the sun, OP. Funny. Talked to someone else, seen it too near the parish canal. Breath, that's the sun. LeMayo, I see that every day. OP been rising and setting every day that I've been alive. Drop it, fucks. Anybody seen or not? Nothing like this, but birds in them swamps be acting weird. We've all seen the sun, bro. Relax. Looked like it was made of glass, maybe. Would glow real bright, then not at all. Move fast. Best pick I could get. All kinds of shit been happening out that way. Get some sleep, OP. Need cash fast? Install Quackjob. Use promo code BLEED3 for up to 0.005 Quackcoin. Lol, what the fuck kind of name is Quackjob? Just like the name sounds, full of lunatics. App's a way of getting you to join a cult, worse than them people living in the mall in Kenner. You can't trade that coin they use on hardly any exchanges because everyone knows it's a goddamn Ponzi scheme. Mods won't do a thing about shills, but they'll ban you on the spot for using a naughty word. The place is a joke. ClearNet's nothing but celebs, libs, and bots. Seen this exact thing, OP. Still here? Seen at the base of the upper suction. Can I look at the flyer again? Oh, flyer from before. Flyer from before you left. The show where you got that scar above your eye. A photo of your mom holding Blake as a baby on a beach in Pensacola, Florida. It's winter. You stand beside them, bundled up and laughing as a gust of wind rakes the beach. The sky is bone white. The heat of spring will soon arrive, and the mildewed air of the window unit will fill the room. A family photo album. Yellowing pages of disposable photographs. Your grandfather, peculiar look in his face, impossible to read. Your mom staring at Blake through the obscure lighting. He's dressed as a vampire, tugging at someone's waist, pleated khaki shorts. A photo labeled Duck. Scene of a barbecue on the lakefront. The man at the center points playfully at the camera. His face is obscured. Turn the page and there's Blue, your father, though you've never thought of him that way. His skin stained by the sun, a canister of dip shoved into his front pocket. His easy smile, his knowing eyes. You set the book aside. Memories of sleepless nights, the dull refinery hum in the red halogen half-darkness. Your mom sitting here, staring through the window. There was a tension in her demeanor, as if you were interrupting some urgent and obligatory task. You'd continue to the kitchen with no words exchanged. I thought she hated me. She was thinking about Blue. She barely knew you were there. An old, defective flat screen that your mom never bothered to bring to the curb. You turn on the television. A chaotic distortion of your mother's memories flash before you. Tune in. Spooky. Oh, I can save. Should probably do that. What's in my liner notes? Oh, cool. That's anything to just have in your... Oh, the mail. A letter from Shield Oil sits atop... A letter from Shield Oil sits atop a stack of mail. Shield Oil Community Notice. Dear neighbor, please be advised. There will be elevated flaring at the site of our number 5 stack near Good Hope on the evening of Thursday, March the 19th. This will pose no health risk to residents. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact the Shield NORCO Office of Community Engagement. You peruse the titles on the bookshelf. The western margin of the lake. Many tragedies have come to pass along the western margin of Lake Pontchartrain. Pontchartrain. The unnamed hurricane of YW9D left the settlement of Frenier and La Branche in a state of unrecognizable destruction. Those who survived did by clinging for their lives to the limbs of cypress trees. The fables and secrets of those communities lie with the bones now scattered in the sediment of the lake. Shield has acquired much of NORCO's most flood-resistant land through a variety of mechanisms. Madère et Mort, YX1Y, argue that one such mechanism is a process of deliberate externality. This theory posits that key corporate decision-makers encourage the company to emit effluent and noxious substances into the environment, with the explicit intention of decreasing neighborhood property values. This compels residents to sell their properties below market value to relocate as quickly as possible. The criticism that this theory often receives is that it diminishes the importance of slavery in situating black residents along industrial fence lines, Jacobs YX2D, up and down the Mississippi River. In the words of Cartier, YX2B, Slavery was the deliberate externality from which S.H.I.E.L.D. continues to profit. Pollution was never needed. In the end, we decided to leave Dimes. It wasn't the cat cracker, or the smells, or the fear for our children's health that drove us away, though they played a part. Truth be told, it was the media attention, the spokespeople and activists and academics and all this. I was done with it. I was done being a poster child, done being thought of as a victim. I wanted my experience to be my own, not something to gawk at or dissect in a laboratory. Interesting. Go to the kitchen. And go up to the attic. Go to the backyard. Can't look at the fridge at all. Interesting. Look at the microwave. You've discovered so many dead cockroaches in this microwave over the years that it's discouraged you from using it. Oh god. Yeah, I can't blame myself. For several months, a dead baby roach was stuck between the clock display and the protective screen, blocking the hour. Blake finally shook the microwave aggressively enough that the roach fell into the guts of the machine. Great. Your mom's painkillers are spilled across the counter. You were always frightened by the laundry room. Okay. There used to be much more clutter up here. You imagine your mom gave it away as the end approached. Anything else in here? Oh, do I have anything new in the mind map? Oh, I do. Who is Duck? An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague. Okay. Pops Pierre. Your grandfather, Peter Pops Pierre Melancon. He passed away when you were a teenager. He seemed to court controversy, though as a child you never understood why. Blue. It was a vague memory. You don't remember Blue, only the things he left behind. Photographs, cologne, tools, the name that your mother kept. Even though the pictures that have survived are too faded to make out. Interesting. Feels like there should be much more to do in this attic for some reason. I think my adventure game logic is just really, really kicking in. I'll be like, oh god, I gotta look through every single one of these boxes. Ooh. A steel pry bar lies on the ground. This truck was your grandfather's. You remember riding in his lap when they let you steer, the dead wasp that collected behind the seat, the smell of grease, whiskey, and nicotine. You and Blake would drive the truck into New Orleans on the weekends. No AC, windows down. The wind-rattling chassis was deafening going 75 on Interstate 10. Millian has been slowly repairing the vehicle since your mom's death. Your mom kept all her gear in a plastic container strapped behind the cab of the truck. Boots, waders, flashlights, tackle, first aid kit, etc. We can go around to the front yard. Motorcycle. Your mom's old full-cylinder 350cc bike is extensive rust and wear. Okay, let's talk to the robot. Millian sits in her characteristic slouch, lost in thought. Her carapace has taken on the rust and weather-worn quality of the rest of the machinery in the yard. You recall the night that your mom showed up with her. You and Blake stayed up past dawn, poring over pirated API docs. Her ragdoll mass was slumped on the floor as you wrote that routing procedure. You wonder if such memories hide behind her constellation of eyes. The robot regards you casually. Kay, you're awake. Best sleep in years. The sound of the refinery did always help you sleep, didn't it? In any case, I'm certain I was no help. She gestures towards the motorcycle at the edge of the carport. I was turning over the engine on that bike to test the coils. It was quite noisy, but they're in good shape now. All I need is a fuse and we can use it to get around while I finish repairing the truck. I heard the phone ringing inside, but I had my hands full. Were you expecting a call? Many people have been calling since Catherine died. Your brother is usually one to answer the phone, but I don't know where he went off to. Wonder where he could be. Likely at the bar or bookstore, if I had to guess. Why would so many people be calling? Your mother left behind a lot of loose ends. From what little I know, I gather she was conducting research for a client in Fat City. I sense that many people would like to acquire that data. I am unaware of where she has hidden it. Perhaps Blake knows its whereabouts? Who exactly would want to see the data? Your mother spent her entire life researching this town. She knew histories that others have forgotten. History has a lot of value in this place. Who is this client? I haven't a clue. These aren't things she discussed with me. As the cancer spread, she became more guarded with her research. I always took her knowledge for granted. Your mother had a lot to teach, but she wasn't always the easiest person to get along with. So anyway, where can I get a fuse? The gas station just up the road has them, but you may have to persuade Troy to let you in. Okay. I guess that's our first objective here. Three times this house is flooded. The first flood is a shadow of a memory. Placing your feet down on drenched carpet, your mom and grandfather ripping out sheetrock, sitting in a small RV in the backyard setting dolls on a cluttered little table. You were 14. The pumping station failed during a heavy rain. You were in class watching the clouds move upriver. You got a text message from your mom. Stay in Dresselhahn, I'll come get you. For 2 weeks, you shared a hotel room with your mom and Blake. She spent all her days gutting the house. In the evenings, you would sometimes help. Another pump failure. Your mom hired contractors with the insurance money. She said she was getting too old for it. You were bitter. You blamed her for not selling the house sooner. You stayed with friends in New Orleans. The fourth flood will follow a slow hurricane, and it will be a calamity. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees break. It will leave the entire region submerged as critical levees breach. There will be a massive blackout that lasts weeks. Much of the sewerage infrastructure will be damaged beyond repair. The embattled federal government will do nothing to assist. It will bankrupt the region. Small militant enclaves will form along the high grounds of the Mississippi River. They will take to piracy and hijack commercial shipping vessels. Private mercenary forces will retaliate in kind. Slowly, industry will flee the threat zone. The old river control structure will collapse from neglect and sabotage. The Mississippi will again change its course. NORCO, an old abandoned refinery town on a ghost of a river. Your house will be squatted and then razed. Yay. Your mom fed the neighborhood strays. They must be hungry since she passed. Oh, too bad we don't really have an option to feed them. Your grandfather's statue of the Virgin Mary sits in the shadows along the crawl space of the house. Let us walk to the Mary. You observe the weathered concrete and flaking paint of the statue. Inspect further. The face is especially deteriorated, framed by a system of cracks. The face is okay. You run your hands along the deteriorating contours of the statue. It snaps off as if by design. Behind the statue's face hides an odd assemblage of electronics carelessly soldered together. At the center of the electronic configuration is what appears to be a card reader. Okay. Well, we don't have a card, so not much we can do there. Let's look at our upgraded mental map. Million was a security android. She guarded the perimeter of the aluminium factory in Gramercy. One day she ran away. Why? You don't know. A fugitive. Once a fugitive, now just a relic. She spends hours in stasis beneath the house like any discarded thing would. To find her family? What? No. What? No. Your mom was conducting research. For who? For a client in Fat City. Your mom was conducting research for a client in Fat City. That's all you know. Okay. The overhead lights of the neighbor's kitchen illuminates yellowing wallpaper and unused furniture. Anything else we can do here? Doesn't look like it. Let's head out into the street. Padu Private Investigators, we snoop for you. The snowball stand is closed for the winter. The lights are on at Padu Private Investigators. The turtle, he crawled out of the trash can. Don't touch him, see? He's dirty. No, he's not. Turtles are always clean. They live in water. Trash water is not clean. We gotta go see. Just let me stare a little longer. He's pretty. You knock. No answer. Okay. So we go to Dime's Discount or Floodgate Tavern. I guess we'll head towards Dime's Discount. Don't really think they said exactly where the gas station is, so we'll just start fucking around. Oh, this is it. A film crew is set up along River Road. Several floodlights illuminate a gruesome murder scene. Two men stand pensively above a corpse. As you near the set, a small energetic man jumps from his chair. Attention, dumbass! Can't you see we're trying to shoot here? What are you filming? The detective drama called None of Your Goddamn Business. Any other questions? Sounds cool. Is it like a murder scene? Keep it up and it's going to be. Hey, you know what? Wait a second. You from around here? Yeah? We could use some cultural expertise, you might say. We're filming a Bayou cop drama and all these knuckleheads are from LA. An actor on set turns towards the director. I told you, Kevin, I'm from Texas. Oh, that's right, Noah. I forgot. Your Harvard-educated daddy bought a boutique ranch outside of Austin. Well, that don't make you a cowboy, Hoss. Now hush up before you scare off the yokel. The director returns his attention to you with a mild look of disgust. Help us out, will you? This script needs some work. What do you say? Fine. Great. Hey, Noah, get over here so you can learn something from this stupid redneck. The actor smolders. He whispers under his breath. I'm a redneck. Fine, Noah, you're a redneck, a real salty-the-earth kind of guy. But as luck would have it, we came across an even dumpier hayseed than you, okay? So just take a knee. Alright, anyway, we need some good slang. What do you call a villain, a bad apple, a lowlife? Call him Bad Daddy. Bad Daddy, huh? You nod solemnly. It's pretty jive, pretty seedy, I can work with that. Great, that's settled. One more thing. What's a more regional way of saying to murder, to kill? Slather him with the oyster-flavored peanut butter? Send him home with the roosters. Just giving him what he wants, which is the dumbest fucking slang. Apologies if this is actually proper NORCO slang, but I don't think so. Send him home with the roosters. You maintain severe eye contact. Yeah, I like that. Sounds raw, sounds real. Remember it, Noah. Home with the roosters. Well, I'm satisfied. The bad daddy sent another poor bastard home with the roosters. It sends a shiver down my spine. I seriously have to repeat this? This is how real people speak, Noah. It's how people talk outside Silver Lake, you understand? Real people are out here saying gross, weird shit all the time. So memorize that line, because that line is gonna win me a Golden Globe. Oh. The director half remembers your presence. I'm pretty good at sourcing talent, aren't I? Always had a knack for it. I guess I owe you one. If you ever need anything, talk to Noah or somebody else on set. Just don't bother me. I'm busy. And I get lost. Yeah, that sounds about right. So many evenings spent watching traffic pass by this gas station. Little has changed. The neighborhood business still sits abandoned. The neighbor-sounding streets are quiet and empty. Well. Look who's back. Oh god, hi. What happened? Carnival forgot you beside the road? You even brought your little doll. I did, didn't I? I completely forgot we had Monkey. That's cute. Back because my mom died. You're not that stupid, are you? Catherine, she's too valuable. They'd never let her die. If anything, she's probably vacationing on a hard drive somewhere. You're trolling me about my dead mom? Trolling? You're so damn sensitive. Can't say nothing around you. Your mom was excavating all along the rim of the lake. She used to pay me to help from time to time, matter of fact. She needed somebody smart. Somebody vigilant. And somebody like me. Especially with S.H.I.E.L.D. snooping around. I see some wild shit out there in them swamps with Catherine. What kind of shit? I won't bother telling you about it. It might hurt your brain. And anyway, this ain't story time. I'm not letting you in the gas station. Goddamn company that runs this dump did me dirty. They swamped me with an ATM machine for speaking truth. It let nobody through till I get an apology, very least. Well, that sucks. Don't patronize me with your weak pity. If you're willing to get through, go get me some of them pills your brother was selling. That might persuade me. Okay. Yeah, shuffle off then. Where's Batur? Oh. A lone horse drinks from the stagnant water pooled along the riverbank. A memorial languishes in the river mud. A 2x4 cross, plywood plaque, cairns of pulverized concrete. Sprayed haphazardly onto the plywood is remembrance. Here passed the brave freedom fighters of January XW11, whose cries of liberty echoed through generations. In much smaller lettering, a different hand scratched, fake, across the bottom of the plaque. A man sits on a pile of flotsam, his head buried in his canvas jacket against the sharp air. Stupid horse. The man's gaze stays fixed on the opposite bank of the river, never turning to you nor the horse. Yeah? He spits on the dirt at his feet. You know what all they dump in that water? Hell of a cocktail. He spits again, wiping a string of mucus onto his sleeve. What you out here for anyhow? Ain't you heard they got a criminal on the loose? Bringing the law around here, making things harder for the rest of us. Best be sharp, young one. Okay. Wonder if he's actually talking about the film set. Let's head into the kitchen. We just grab Mom's pills now? Yes. Your mom's painkillers just sputtered across the counter. You pocket your mom's pills. Oh yeah, we've got an updated mind map. Troy. Troy knows your family. He was buying pills from Blake's and occasionally helping your mom with her research. He says she was conducting research in the lake. An old friend of your mom's. Your memory of him is scattered and vague. Oh, oops. S.H.I.E.L.D. is an oil refinery. S.H.I.E.L.D. Gulf South is a regional subsidiary of a transnational oil empire. It holds a large share of leases in the Gulf of Mexico and refines crude oil right here in NORCO. The chemical annex sits on the other side of town from the refinery. It produces the feedstock for plastic consumer products. S.H.I.E.L.D. owns half the town. Nothing new. Okay, that doesn't actually help me. So what's at the tavern? We haven't seen that yet. Which is actually, no, it's just Apple Street. The Floodgate Tavern. Many S.H.I.E.L.D. workers gather here after their shifts. It's closed. Should be open later in the evening. Anything else? No, I'm sure we'll be back here soon enough. Okay, can't get anything from them yet. Got me them pills? Only way you're getting through. Yeah, I got your pills. Smart move. I'll let you cross the picket line this time, punk. Oh wow, an automated teller. I guess, yeah. Immaculately stocked cigarettes. The disembodied illuminated head of the kiosk levitates silently in the browser tab. A manual price scanner. Dusty bags of dog food line the shelf. Protein bars, bubblegum, breath mints, taffy, etc. Fuses hang on the shelf. You grab a fuse. I detect that you have merchandise in your possession. You must remove any unpurchased items from your backpack and scan them in order to exit the store. To use an item in your inventory, drag the item from the inventory menu to the intended target. Oh, okay. Can I just, like, put it back for now? No. Okay. You scan the fuse. Thank you for your purchase. Good thing we have money on us. Good evening. How may I help you? You own this place? I am Discountware, a distributed cloud-based operating system for the American Discount Southeast Incorporated. Semantic version number 316.3.3. The owner of this franchise is Perilou and Sons, LLC. Discountware is licensed to Perilou and Sons, LLC, via the Standard American Discount Southeast Incorporated licensing agreement. How do you like this job? I proudly perform the routine maintenance operations and procedures of 227 American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations across the Southeast region. American Discount Southeast Incorporated is a model company awarded for excellence in business and community service. Thank you for inquiring about American Discount Southeast Incorporated. You know Troy, that guy outside? Thank you for your inquiry. I am forwarding it to Perilou and Sons, LLC. Perilou and Sons, LLC has declined to respond to your inquiry. So why'd Troy get fired? American Discount Southeast Incorporated prides itself on its outstanding mentorship and jobs training program. American Discount Southeast Incorporated works to ensure that each franchise location provides opportunities for career growth. At American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise locations, we leverage automation and machine learning technologies to enhance the lives of all employees. To apply for a position at any American Discount Southeast Incorporated franchise location, please visit American Discount Southeast-ADSE today. I'm good. And I think that's it. Let's get out of here. Okay. Let's head back. Here you go. You got the fuse? Good. We'll be able to use the bike to get around town until I'm done with the truck. It concerns me that Blake still hasn't returned. He's been spending a lot of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks lately. Perhaps we should look for him there? Let's go. Driving on the highway with my robot waifu. The sky bleeds a color you knew as a child. Airline Highway passes beneath your feet. Million has joined your party. Interact with party members by clicking their portraits in the party member. If you're stuck, they may be able to help. Million shouts over the wind. The bike runs much better now. You can use it to get around during your visit. What's it like around town? S.H.I.E.L.D. has been expanding since you left. Catherine took your grandfather's boat into the lake to investigate reports of construction in the swamps along the shoreline. She assumed it to be unpermitted S.H.I.E.L.D. activity. She was unable to find any evidence of it. However, it was clear that she found something during that investigation. What was it? I don't know. Perhaps you do? She didn't mention it. In any event, something drew her to the lake in the months before her death. Where could Blake be? He spends much of his time at Sarpy Paperbacks. Perhaps we should check there. How's Blake been? The year that you left, Blake became uncontrollable. His behavior troubled Catherine deeply. He was beginning to remind her of your grandfather. After he was expelled from Dressrahan, he began running drugs into the parish. He made himself many enemies. He put those things behind him after her illness, but now that she's gone, I'm uncertain what to expect. This place can ruin people. Perhaps. I won't apologize for leaving. No one is asking you to, Kay. How have you been? I'm always the same, Kay. Always the same. Is that bad or good? Whichever you prefer. Sounds zen. Perhaps. Monkey stares at you. You stare at Monkey. Conducting research in the lake. Your mom was investigating reports of unpermitted S.H.I.E.L.D. construction in the lake. While there, she saw something. But what? Your mom was investigating reports of construction in the lake. She found no evidence of it, nor who might be behind it. Your mom saw something in the lake. The sprawling S.H.I.E.L.D. industrial complex. Long ago, it was plantation land, cheap and abundant along the Mississippi River. The refinery grew in stages, slowly displacing surrounding neighborhoods. The chemical annex came online later. Children of the enslaved became the neighbors of this machine. Towers. Carbon and alloy and stainless steel. Among the columns sit the catalytic cracking unit that rocked the town. Pipelines. The webwork crosses high and low, over and under traffic and water and concrete, like veins, like gossamer, like neural circuitry. Lights everywhere, metal halide probing the water's expanse, coated patterns of warm sodium and cold LEDs, winking, thinking, knowing. Saying something, speaking, burning eyes seeing. Something to decipher in all that NORCO light. I remember Blue. You only think that you do. When he died, part of her did too. Dog. A stocky pit bull with piercing green eyes watches the horizon with a neutral demeanor. As you reach down to pet the dog, she shows her teeth and growls softly. Yeah, that wasn't very smart, but I had to try it anyways. A young man leans against his station wagon while scrolling idly on his phone, his silhouette darkened by the fluorescent glare of the payday lender's sign. Started doing this rideshare thing a few weeks ago. Kinda hate it. Why? Pays like shit. Spend hours a day making small talk with randos is melting my brain. Nearly broken axle going over a pothole in Hollygrove. This is my grandpa's car. If I trash it, he'll kill me. Drove anyone interesting? There's all types around here. Some guy I drove out to the middle of the swamp. It was like 2 in the morning, asked me to wait. He got out, took off his clothes, jumped in the bayou, came back a minute later with a bag, toweled off, got back in. Found that to be pretty fucking weird, I don't know. And a while back I drove some lady out to the medical district. She was an odd one. Seemed kinda sick. Asked me all kinds of questions. Do I ever pick up random signals on the radio? Weird shit like that. It's just all types. That could be our mom, actually. I'll bet. 2 teens nod and gesture excitedly while bouncing between topics. Where'd this dog come from, bruh? Dunno. She's been sitting here for a while. You seen her eyes? Them eyes are something, bruh. That's true, she's very, very green eyes. Your mom used to come here to dig through the stacks. Among the heaps of used romance novels and westerns, she always managed to find some occult artifact. The owner is also the landlord. You imagine that's the only way he manages to keep a place like this running. Over the years, they experimented with other revenue-generating schemes. For a while, you get your phone repaired here. Then they tried selling vape cartridges, then kratom, then anime wall scrolls, LSU ornaments after that. You remember seeing online that they were trying to do some kind of acupuncture thing. In the end, the schemes always fail, and only the paperbacks remain. I hope that's the truth. You wonder how anyone can read in this dim and cluttered bookshop. As your eyes adjust, you see Blake's childhood friend Erica waiting behind the counter to greet you. Kay? And Million, when did you get back to town? I've been in NORCO for quite some time. Perhaps you were misremembering Erica. Interesting. Weird. I guess so. But anyhow... Kay, you're looking rugged these days, old friend. That's an intense scar above your eye. Got it before I left town. And the minute you return, you're right back in the mix, huh? Heard you ran into Troy. That guy, my god, he's such a clown. I was keeping up with your travels online, but haven't seen you post in a while. I tossed my phone into the Rio Grande. I respect that. Seems more and more common these days. I've been avoiding my phone as well. Helps that the connection has been so erratic. Been hearing of people chopping down cell towers, tearing fiber cables out of the ground, trying to rip the internet apart. She nods into the ensuing silence. That 'cause of your mom, huh? Yeah. I'll miss the hell out of that woman. Oh yeah? I know it wasn't always easy between you two. I was around for some of the arguments. Blake would say she was a great person, but a terrible mom. I just hope you and your brother can find some comfort. That means a lot, thank you. Of course, I lost my dad a while back, also to cancer. He was a mean bastard. Picked up my sister and threw her one time, ended up giving her a concussion. Couldn't wait for him to die, and when he did, I danced. But as the years pass, I find myself thinking about him more. It feels good to hear stories about him. It's always complicated with this shit, never easy. I worry about your brother. Your mom's illness was taking a toll on him. I watched him slip back into some bad behaviors. Have you seen Blake lately? Yeah, I saw him just yesterday. He hasn't been around the house? He has not. He said he was heading to Floodgate Tavern when I saw him. He may have gotten wasted. I know Gus lets him sleep behind the bar a couple times. Did he know you're coming, Kay? He never mentioned it. I thought I'd surprise him. I'm sure he'll be relieved to see you. He's been resisting help, but he needs it. If I hear from him, I'll tell him where to find you. Cat. Aw, Crouton. So this here is the illustrious Crouton. We found it behind the dumpster out back, leaking cardboard. Whatever you do, don't try to pet him. He's a devil. I've got scars all over my hand from this damn cat. But I wanna... Okay. Oh wow, Crouton usually bites strangers. He must like you. He seems to be getting a little excited. Wow, I've never seen a cat purr this hard. Maybe you two should slow down. Never. No, really, stop touching the cat. Crouton looks like he's fixing to explode. Holy shit, what is happening to this cat? What am I doing? What kind of crazy cat powers do I have? Oh, wait. Good luck finding Blake. Like I said, he probably just had a long night at the bar. I'm gonna be a coward. I'm gonna save the game because I'm kind of curious to know what the fuck is happening to this cat. What the fuck just happened to the cat? Okay, god damn it, I told you to stop fucking with the cat. Did he just launch through the ceiling? What the hell just happened? Crouton phone case, hello. He grabbed the phone case from the counter. It was all necessary. I'm sorry, he was sitting on a phone case. I had to get the phone case by launching him into space or something, I don't know. You scan the titles on the shelf. Don't be a vampire. You pick the slim, self-published paperback from the shelf and flip to a random page. Another dark and lonely night spent in this cavern of despair, hidden from daylight. Blackout curtains are all that defer my eternal death. Thought being a vampire would be sexy, but it's not. It's awful for your skin. I look pathetic. Also, blood tastes like bong water. Didn't think it would be like this. Good Hope Cemetery easement. A carbon copy of a document authored by the St. Charles Parish Planning Committee. The document outlines the parish's intention to secure a roadway through a 90-meter stretch of the Shield Industrial Complex. Excuse me. Sorry. Reading a lot has me making funny mouth sounds. Ugh. This easement would allow the descendants of those entombed to visit the Good Hope Cemetery. The grave sites are currently surrounded on all sides by the refinery. Okay, I love you. I know you're gonna get through a hard time, but I'm a little pissed off. You launched the cat through the ceiling. Just give me some space, okay? Yeah, you know what? That's fair. That's very fair. What the fuck happened to the cat? I do hope Erica is correct, and that Blake's absence is due to nothing more than another drunken night. My intuition leaves me with a sense that something is wrong. Do you feel it too, Kay? Does something feel strange to you? Catherine. Several weeks ago. Greater New Orleans, Neural Versioning Clinic. What brings you here tonight? I want a record for my children. I don't want to leave my kids alone. They may still need me. I understand. And you were referred by Mr. Richard? Duck. That's what everyone calls him. Yes, Duck. We followed his branch with some interest. Who hasn't? I gather we'll be discussing this in more detail as things progress. For now, let us begin with a simple exercise. I'd like to talk about your earliest memory. It's of pine trees, yes? That's right. Tell me about them. They grew from the concrete and cracked the driveway, and the concrete broke into pieces. They made your father upset. He'd see them and frown, but he'd remain silent. He'd sit quietly in the truck, dissatisfied. I wouldn't say a word. Speaking in those moments made you a fool in his mind. Your father's house was suffocating. I couldn't wait to get out. And that's why you married Blue. Yes, to have somewhere to go. We brought a little place on Good Hope Street. The whole thing was a mistake. When I told him I didn't love him, it was in my father's voice. I told him I never loved any man. Was it true? No. That was a difficult night for you. It didn't feel real. Why? The sky was an inversion of some other sky. The sky, it was corrupted, misplaced. It wasn't a NORCO sky. Where was Blue? He sat at the window all night. The east-facing window? Yes. When you stood over him to apologize, you saw the flare stack of the refinery in his eyes. That's right. How was it after that, and the time before he died? We circled each other in wide orbits. I'd hide at the center of the house, nursing Kay and only leaving when I heard him step out. He'd sleep on the couch or next to her crib. He'd sing her old Cajun lullabies, pet her head, whisper to her about his life. And then there was the explosion. When the cat cracker blew, they say he fell 5 stories. We went to identify his body on a Thursday night. I remember the tempo of the streetlights, the police scattered across the East Bank. I carried Kay in a blanket. She never cried. We were quiet, she and I. Tell me about this man. I would see him from time to time around Norco. This was many years back. But several weeks ago, Blake saw someone passing by the house. I think it was him. Why? I just do. The robot is no longer there to deter him. Million? Yes. Could be it. What was your first encounter with Million? Let me think. She came to me in the parking lot. Kay was about 12 years old at the time. She knew Blue from his days at the aluminum refinery. I stared for a long time into her constellation of eyes. They swirled in a kind of desperation. I took her home, knowing it was another mistake. You were reckless in those days. I welcomed any trouble I could find. What is the significance of this image to you? It's... well, I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. It's a sphere. It followed me in the lake. When? Recently, a few weeks ago. This is where Mr. Richards' branch factors into your biography. Duck's version escaped. A hard fork, an extremely rare instance. And grew into some kind of monster. Began speaking to me through the radio. It told me to install an app. An app? Yes. I think it has something to do with the thing, the sphere, whatever it is. But so long as it pays, I don't care. I can use the money. The app pays? Yes. I see. It seems this is the last control point that you submitted. Would you like to include any additional thoughts or memories? Anything not included in the intake form? No. That should be enough. I will now begin disconnecting the sensors. A slight feeling of nausea and disorientation is normal and no cause for alarm. I thank you for your patience, Miss Madare. Ma'am? Ma'am, are you okay? My eyes are just... playing tricks on me, I guess. Vertigo and visual distortion are common side effects of a versioning session. Shall I contact our on-call physician? No, it's fine. Very well. Last name? It's... Madare, first name Catherine. One moment. Your head drive is fully synced. You have chosen our silver tier. Your product does not come pre-installed with adware blocking services and provided as is without warranty. You are eligible for a free sync at any time before the new year. Thank you for choosing the Greater New Orleans Neural Versioning Clinic for your cognitive version needs. No idea what Super Duck wants from me. Better check my phone. Just checking in. Please text me when you can. I'm fine. Where are you, dear? Arizona. Where in Arizona? I don't know. Love you. Just checking in. Still in Arizona? New Mexico. Be careful. It doesn't seem to be safe right there right now. Call when you can. Getting worried. Kay? Blake says he hasn't heard from you. Really getting concerned. Please call. They put me on another end of chemo. Would love to hear from you. Call? Where you went, Ma? I'm out. I'm fine. Had to drop something off at your parons. Been gone a while. I had to make a couple stops. I'm okay, I promise. Blake, have you heard from your sister? Yeah, she said she's okay. Where is she? She didn't say. Dear, where did my pills go? In a meeting, we'll call back. How'd it go this morning? We'll call. Ma, he came back around. I'll be home soon. Calling Uncle Chip. It's fine. Love you. Love you, sweetheart. Blake, can you hear me? Can you come to the living room, please? Something's happened. Out this evening. Everything's okay. You need to stay home. I'll be fine. I promise. Love you, my nerd. Love you, Ma. Been a while, Duck. Too long, old friend. How's the weather on your side of the tracks? They have me on chemo. Terrible. I don't have long myself. They got me carrying around a tank. Blue's waiting for us. I don't doubt that for a minute. Praise the glory of God. Something on your mind, Kate? Don't want to raise your blood pressure. Try me. Super contacted me. So he did. Don't mess around with that shit. Where you went, don't mess around with Super, Kate. That thing's got no soul. Like to ruin whatever it touches. I need the money. They don't take money where we're going. I can't leave it for the kids to clean up. Lou left them a little bit with how we went, but I was a fool. Don't worry yourself like this at the end. Find peace. No peace for me. Don't get mixed up with that thing, Kate. I'll tell you how it went. I'll tell you now it won't go how you want it. Kate? God damn it. Hope you're listening. Welcome to Onoxerd My Direct Medical Portal. 6281760 is your verification code. Do not share this code with anyone. You have chosen to receive online billing notifications via SMS. To confirm, please respond yes. To cancel, please respond no. Yes. Your SMS notification service is now confirmed. A bill for $1,563.24 has been posted to your MyDirect portal. An outstanding balance of $1,563.24 is waiting for you. Okay. Oh, damn. Holy crap, it went up all the way to $15,872.33. Oops. Back to the phone. No service. Case picker. Oh. Nice. Just stick a case on our phone. It says here I need to go to the Curious Duck. Curious Duck is the nearest rendezvous to your location. More information awaits you here. Receive orientation at Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. Well, sorry for just doing a bunch of work here in the middle of phone. The uncanny smile of personal injury lawyer Martin Smart hangs above Interstate 10. His eternally coiffed hair clings desperately to his head. His hallmark blood-red tie catches the eyes of drivers speeding past. Just a click away, the sign reads. The Interstate Expressway traces a scar down Claiborne Avenue from east to west. East? The bridge cuts east through the Triem and the 7th Ward like places whose stories should be forgotten and left behind in haste. The pillars still tell those stories beneath the interstate. East above the Industrial Canal, the moldering strip malls, the narrow expanse of the lake, the shrimp boats that prowl the black marble waves. East through Mississippi and the winter weeknight darkness, and onward to Florida where it terminates. West. West is the suburbs that Catherine calls home. West is the concrete expanse that breaks clean and sharp at the St. Charles Parish line and gives way to the cypress swamps. Tupelo crowns spire above the overpass, silhouetted by an unnatural glow that leads to NORCO. I was trying to click directly on the camps, but I can't. Oh, we're underneath the overpass. Okay. A makeshift puppet theater. The curtains are closed. Maybe I'll come by later to see what this is about. A newly refinished Art Deco structure blows beyond the overpass. They turned Charity Hospital into art lofts. Disgusting. Yay. It should take forever to start. I'm starving. You been to any of these yet? No. What is it? A puppet show. They always start late. I told them I'd help load the gear, so I'm stuck here until it's over. Oh, my stomach's gonna eat itself. Damn. Sorry, buddy. Okay, so we can order a ride. Where the hell are we, anyways? We can go to the French Quarter. Or to City Hall. Where was I supposed to be going again? Curious Duck is their nearest rendezvous to your location. Interesting. Ah, the French Quarter. Oh, there's the Curious Duck. Go back to the overpass real quick, see what City Hall's all about. This is City Hall. A man holding a skateboard scrolls on his phone. A figure sits at a desk overlooking Duncan Plaza in the deepening winter night. He watches the fingers of a cool front animate the tops of oak trees in the park. The air this evening is the driest it's been since spring. He watches the last remnants of commuter traffic leaving Canal Street. The pulsating taillights, the shift workers running towards the bus. He watches an airplane climbing from Armstrong International as passengers look down at the warm glow of the city. The oak trees, the traffic, the frail woman staring from the street. Warm glow and darkness, wind from the lake. An armed security guard greets Catherine as she enters the building. He sits on a wooden stool next to a walk-through metal detector. Good evening. Badge, please. Damn, I left it at the house. There are no council meetings scheduled for this evening. You'll need an employee ID badge to enter. Okay. Well, so much for that. Beautiful night, huh? It's lovely. There's finally a cool front. Been waiting months for it. I come out here most evenings. No one bothers you around this time. Plus you see a different side of the place. What do you mean? How so? People pass through this building at night you'd never expect. You know what do they call themselves? The Gregs? Garys? Can't remember the name. No idea. The kids that squat at the Promenade Mall, they're obsessed with Ken or John. No. And it probably wouldn't mean much to you. But anyhow, I see how them come in and out of City Hall almost every night. I know it's them because my buddy Bruce got wrapped up in that stuff. Before you get initiated, they make you wear these goofy red polo shirts. Then once you're a full Greg, Gary, whatever, you get to wear the blue polo shirt. Sounds like a joke, and it is, but I don't think they realize it. Anyway, that's the kind of stuff I see around here at night. Why do they come? What would they be doing here? I wish I had a clue. Me too, buddy. Back to the overpass, I guess. Let's talk to Santa. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Santa's eyes roll wildly in their deep sockets. His mouth twists into a smile. How are you, dear? Got $1 to spare? Help spread some Christmas cheer? My last dollar. Down to my last dollar. I should probably hold on to it. No, you should give it to those less fortunate than yourself. Where's the money go? What are you raising money for? Something very benevolent. Like a food bank, or... Yes. Yes, a food bank? Food bank, veterans, animal shelter, who cares? Just give me the $1. It's my last one. Going back on your word, are you? Not true. I never promised you anything. You're a liar. I'm not. And a demon. Demon? Santa points his bell at Catherine in accusation. Demon! His posture relaxes abruptly. Open your heart. This is the time for giving. Well. And that is why Mary Laveau opened a t-shirt and camera shop on Royal Street. That's not scary at all. I paid for a ghost tour. If we're just going to be looking at t-shirt shops, I want my damn money back. That was a farce. What kind of tour guide are you? Well, technically I'm not one, but... Excuse me? My roommate is. Then where is he? Long story. I came all this way because the website said it would be fun. I'm having an alright time. The city was supposed to be enchanting. Anyone trying to score some Molly? I hate New Orleans. A hot dog vendor sits behind a large plastic cart. He looks up eagerly as Catherine approaches. Oh, hey, hi. He watches Catherine with a silent grin. So is this... I'm flannel ass in these. He makes a grand sweeping gesture above the pot of vague meat. Are my dumpy dogs. Silent smiling resumes. Begins to pick at the lint that peppers his jacket. Flannel ass dumpy dogs. He nods, smiles. Would you like one? I don't know if my stomach can handle it. I'm not in the best of health. I worry that one of these may kill me. No, they're good for you. They're just a bit old. Boss says he won't resupply with more until I sell the ones I have, but the more time passes, the harder they are to sell. How old are they? Business was popping, like I was doing really well, selling a lot of dogs back in YX2D. YX2D, that's nearly a decade ago. Yes. Enthusiastic nodding. Anything else I can help you with? No, I think that's, more than enough information for me. How's your night, ma'am? No complaints. Glad to hear it. You wouldn't have any change to spare, would you? Got nothing, sorry. Figured. There's a small plaque next to the door. It says, Curious Duck. This is the place. Well, let's try entering. Door's locked. Well, that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Get inside the Curious Duck. Anything else on the janitorial and paper supplies? Guess I could try giving the oogles or the vendor. It's probably what I can give my choice of three. 3 people to pump for information. I guess we'll give it to you. Oh, they're not interested in talking to me anymore. Figures. Talk to the hot dog guy. Do you mind getting hungry, craving a dog? Curious Duck's door is locked. What's with this shop over there? I was told to come by, but the door's locked. The Curious Duck? Rosie doesn't let anyone in unless they know the secret knock. It's the secret knock. So what's the knock? I can't say, sorry. It's urgent. Please? Well, I do need some business. Alright, I'll buy one of those old hot dogs. You won't regret it. Doubtful. How much? Just $14. Is that a joke? Is what a joke? Christ, do you take wallet transfers? Cash only. Damn it. Damn. Well. What if I send some business your way? Then I'll show you the knock. Fine, it's a deal. Well, let's go back to the overpass. Oh. The crowd has arrived to watch the show. Is it on yet? The show is getting started. I should take a seat. And then we'll tell the guy about the hot dogs. Deep in this cypress hollow I hide. I mourn this evening. My last child has died. They hang hooks from the trees with chicken thighs. They shoot bullets in our heads behind our eyes. It is a curse that I am the last to survive. I was once captured by a fisher fool who called me his own. He walked me like a dog among the sinking streets. He fed me strange plants and deli meats, even covered me with blankets when I went to sleep. I left on the night of a monstrous flood. The fool has not rested a single night since. He stalks these bayous each night, hoping to see my eyes shine. He calls out a ridiculous name that was never mine. Tonight I will shine my eyes at him. I have a request. Kill the shrimp-catching man who killed my children. Remove his head. Bring me his skull. Do this, and you may again leash me like a dog. Hello. We're in the boat. Okay. Hello, fisher fool. You've trolled this bayou for many nights. Here I am, the one you're trying to find. My child hangs dead across the lake. Bring me the head of the shrimp-catching man. The one who captures the small ones, peel the flesh from his skull. Do this, and I'll be your dog again. Okay. Just really want a dog. Which way are we going? This way. Been a long time I've seen anyone down this bayou. They all too frightened anymore. Biggest alligator ever to hunt this lake. She makes her den just across the way. She took my child from me. I buried him where I found him, near where she stay. I visit that site daily, hoping I might catch her, but she knows better than to show her face. We'll want to cut out that big skull of hers. That'd be worth something worth bragging on. It'd be a roadside marvel. There'd be money to make. I see that rifle you're holding. What you say? Look, I just really want a dog, okay? I'm gonna leave real quick, because I want to see what's over behind him. Ooh, don't crash into the... Let me see what's over back here. An alligator hangs dead from a meat hook fastened to the limb of a cypress tree. Oh. Lovely. Alright. Now it's time to get me a dog. Kill the shrimper. Woo! You did my bidding, fisher fool, just like an obedient dog. Each day you have held me captive, my patience drained. You'll not humiliate me again. Consider this your last mistake. Oops! Oh well. What? How irony. Fisherman's blade, world's most dangerous bayou. I relish the horror that struck the fisher fool's eyes. I first took one limb but left him alive. I made him crawl like a dog before he died. Love a happy ending. Now they're talking about performing an encore. This is taking forever. I need to find something to eat. Do you still consider yourself an adventurous eater? If you like to live dangerously, there's a guy selling old hot dogs up the street. Just woke up, what's happening? Not much. We are trying to get into a place called the Curious Duck, which apparently is somewhere in New Orleans. And we're risking someone's health to try and get in there by telling him about old hot dogs. If you like to live dangerously, there's a guy selling old hot dogs up the street. Sounds like a delicacy. I was looking for ways to fortify my intestines. Ah, nice, Lamelle. Exactly. Really? Well, have at it. The crowd is discussing the show. I don't think we need to... Show's over, but the crowd hasn't left. Maybe they're hoping for an encore? Hey, hi! Thanks for sending some business my way. No problem, but we had a deal. Deal? You're supposed to show me the knock? Oh, well, sorry. Rosie would be upset. Are you kidding? I sent you business. Show me the knock. That was the deal. Well, okay, but I'll only show you once, so here, listen. Did you get it? That was the secret knock? Very secret. That's how everyone knocks. Exactly. Who would suspect it? Guy from the puppet show. Guess he followed my food recommendation. Hey, this is pretty tasty. Thanks for the wreck. I might get another one. Just wait for it, pal. Hope you know where to find a bathroom around here. And... Catherine knocks on the door and hears the subtle sound of its unlocking. Kitty! It's Crouton! This cat looks familiar. An odd jumble of Mardi Gras beads and other trinkets spills from the table. Mass-produced novelty voodoo dolls and tribal figurines clutter the display case. Novelty New Orleans sheets. Novelty New Orleans themed t-shirts line the back wall. Plastic simulacra of ceremonial masks hang on the wall. An overpriced selection of travel guides, cookbooks, and haunted histories of New Orleans fill the shelf. Look at the... Let's gaze into the orb. Don't. Hi. Touch the ball. Suppose you think you can come in here with your soft little hands and touch my magic ball? Don't work like that, love. Now I gotta clean off the smudges. I seen you been eating french fries, greasy hands. Nasty. You must be one of them super duck people, always coming around here, looking down as they cell phones. Greasy hands, terrible. The app said I should come here. The app. Yes, ma'am. Something not right about you. You a drug head. I'm sorry, is this the right place? It is, Butta Hands. It is. Just calm down, love. You made it. Dallas will tell you what's what. Go talk to Dallas. I called him when I heard you trying to break into the place. Hell of a racket you were making. Jig on the handle like you couldn't get a hold of it. Now I see why. Dallas will be right out front. I don't got time to be babysitting you now that I gotta clean up all this. Stains all over my ball. You even check your shoes before you came in? Like, probably kind of dirty. I've been walking all over the place. My shoes are covered in dog shit. Go, bitch. Get out of my shop, little pothead. And one last thing. That little gemstone you got hanging from your neck, that thing ain't real. I know. Trashy. I said don't touch my ball, love. Dallas! How you doing, buddy? You need a medic bag? Guessing you're Catherine. That's right. Rosie debriefed you? Was that a debriefing? I don't know if that's what I'd call it, but sure. She can be kind of... He casts his gaze into the sky and back to Catherine. Never mind. Crack Job should have had a ticket with the information we need. No reason to stand around. Have you been on Quack Job long? How long have you been using this app? Been doing this since before there was an app. But Super says to use the app. I'm gonna use the app. Makes no difference to me. What's Super Duck? What exactly is Super Duck? It's a way of making money. Right, but... It's an intelligence of some kind. I don't know its purpose, don't know why it exists, none of that. There are nodes all across the region, points to where you can speak with Super Duck directly. These are all the things Rosie should have filled you in on. Not surprised she didn't. Now tell me about Rosie. What's Rosie got to do with any of this? There are a dozen or so rendezvous points in addition to the nodes. Rosie's shop is one of them. She must be making good money offering her place to the network. Probably the only reason she keeps it going. Doubt she sold merchandise in years. Locks the doors to discourage customers. Guess we call it a front. Let's go. I'm ready. Me too. Check the app and let's get moving. Receive orientation to Eagle Janitorial and paper supplies in Fat City. Only reason I ever come to the quarter is for work. How'd you get involved with Super Duck? This all used to happen on Craigslist, posts showing up, the strangest things. I was busting tables uptown, couldn't swing rent, had a kid to feed. Started responding to the listings. First one I ever did was steal a hard drive. Broke into a man's house in NORCO, stole it right out of his office, brought it to another house. The people there were just like me. Just like you how? Didn't know shit. They were there because of a post, just like I was. The house wasn't theirs, nobody knew whose house it was. They plugged the hard drive into a wall, they gave me some cash, I left. What's next? We met at the rendezvous point, so now what? Check your phone. Quack ought to have the information we need. I guess it's all the way to Eagle Janitorial and Paper Supplies in Fat City. What's past here, actually? Oh, overpass. Curious. Okay. Time to order a rideshare. To Eagle Wholesale. Oof. Our wallet balance is not very healthy. A steady beat of traffic lights the sky along the causeway. The doors are locked. The office is closed. The galvanized steel door to the supply warehouse is half opened. Oh. Well, that's unusual. Hi. And that's the end of the demo. Cool. I'm definitely excited and I really want to pick up the rest of this. But I think I don't know. I guess I will leave it to I don't know. I can't tell if this was extremely boring to watch or not. But I had a lot of fun reading through it. Could be really cool. Maybe I'll just play it. Not like I ever do anything for popularity reasons. Anyways. Give me just a second to update some stuff. Okay, sorry about that. Just had to quickly send a message to somebody. Let's see, where is my schedule? Here it is. Well, bam! Okay, so just to let everybody know what's going on for the rest of this week. So, tomorrow we're going to play some more Dragon's Dogma. We're going to continue our adventures through Bitter Black Isle. We unlocked one of the shortcuts, so I'm pretty excited. That should be pretty good and fun. Excited to keep making my way through Bitter Black Isle for the first time. And then I think if we run out of Wake Stones, I'll go into the Everfall, because there's a lot of them there. And then on Saturday, over on Twitch, we're doing a Jackbox collab with people that you know and love. And then Sunday and Monday, still over on Twitch, we're going to be playing some more TIE Fighter. So we've finished the base game and in TIE Fighter, and now we're moving on to the expansion, where we get to use the extremely, extremely fun missile boat. So that'll be a lot of fun. But that's all I've got for you today. Thank you for tuning in to Norco. I hope it was at least somewhat interesting to watch, and if not, well, maybe I'll just complete it on my own. Who knows? Anyways, I will see you tomorrow here for some Dragon's Dogma. Should be good fun times. But for now, good night and have a good rest of your night. Yeah, I didn't think of that properly. Anyways, bye bye.